Today, I'm going to give you one of the ultimate, in my opinion, life hacks to enjoying your life, to living a life you love. Have fun. Okay, I get it. I get you're going to sit there and tell me easier said than done, all the things, but I have X, Y, and Z to do before I can allow myself the freedom to have fun and just do what I want. I've heard it all. I've heard it all from all my clients, and I'm not talking about go to Disney. I mean, go to Disneyland. Go to Disneyland. Anyone want to take me to Disneyland? I have never been, and so I'm free. I'm free to take to Disneyland. Anyways, manifesting that in the future. But fun. Have fun in anything. You can have fun folding laundry. You can have fun grocery shopping. You can have fun cooking dinner. You can have fun changing your child's diaper. You can have fun if you decide to be there, to be present, to enjoy it. And I get it. Cleaning toilets, maybe not so fun, but maybe you do it while listening to 90s hip hop. I don't know. You can enliven any situation if you choose to be there and be present. And this is coming through today because I had to give myself this reminder that, again, I've been giving to all of my clients of what is the point? This is one of my, I say my number one thing to everything, but one of my favorite things to ask when I see people in their patterns, in their coping mechanisms, in their perfection, in their beliefs around lack, and they're trying to prove something. Are you having fun? Is that enjoyable for you? What's the point if it's not? And if you're doing things and you're struggling and you're suffering and you're forcing it because in the future the fun will come, do you understand how you're just giving the future your power? In what world and who and when did this become a thing where we sacrifice our joy now so that future us can have it better? It's the way that no one is seeing that they can just quantum leap into any reality that they want. I'm going to do a lot more on quantum jumping, leaping, timeline hopping, all coming through as it's meant to. So stick around if you're interested in that, because I have some very fucking real ways to do it. But I'm going to start in this conversation with this of we can't do anything without doing it, without being it. So let me unpack that a little bit. When we're here now, we're always choosing, we're always creating, we're always deciding, we're always manifesting. It's just that 95% of the time we're doing it unconsciously. We're doing it off of our conditions and our patterning and our programming and the things and the ways we've done things before. And even I just had a client call with someone who's incredibly powerful and successful and has created epic things in this world and could just retire. And I mean, but is still wanting to create and do things in this world, but was needing the reminder that they weren't having any fun. So what's the point? They have all of these things. And to the outside world, it maybe looks like they've overly fulfilled their purpose. They've left and are leaving a legacy of things and have woken up in a lot of ways, but are still choosing to suffer, are still choosing to hustle, to be in this belief that we need to continually suffer. Maybe not suffer, maybe it's for some people suffer, but I don't know, give away the now for the future. Can you let me know in the comments below if you agree with how ridiculous that is? And this needed to come through today. I felt it loud and clear that someone, most likely if you're listening to this, needed to hear this of yes, it is it is wonderful, and it is needed to have goals and dreams and think of the future and focus on what we want to create, but not at the expense of our happiness now. That is not how we create a life that we love, by in the now moment, which is the only moment that we're alive, settling, suffering, struggling. Like, why? Why? What is the point if you're not having fun? And so, yes, we are here as divine beings having a human experience. And that human experience, we need to love just as much as we love the divine. So, those of you that have been on a spiritual journey, that are awake and aware, that are maybe challenged right now because you see and believe and feel the new earth and like want to live in the 5D and just want to live in love and light and effortlessness. I get it. I'm doing it. I'm loving it. But you have to find harmony to being human. If you were meant to just be divine love and light in pure spirit form, where you can manifest anything and everything at any moment, and you don't have any of the trials and tribulations and challenges of the human existence, you would just be that. But you're not. You're here right now choosing to have this human experience. So have it, but enjoy it. You've done the work. I'm here as a channel. I don't know how I do this, but I do this as a channel of the divine to right now give you permission to have some fun being human. You've done so much work at figuring out how to struggle in whatever ways you've struggled, in whatever trauma and drama and challenges you've had and maybe still have. You've done the work. You don't need to make it so hard anymore. You're hearing this now because you get to be free. You get to wake up and live consciously and connect to the superconscious field and see and feel how limitless you get to be, while also being human and needing to clean toilets and make dinner and do laundry and drive and buy gas and maybe go to work or whatever it is, run your business or take your kids to soccer, whatever it is, enjoy it. And the things that you really can't enjoy and you really don't enjoy and that drain you, well, then that makes it really easy. It makes it really clear to see where you aren't free. The relationships, the things that you're doing and choosing that aren't serving you, that you just can't find joy in, that you can't find happiness in, there's a reason for that. It's not in alignment for you anymore. And as much as you may have attachment to it, believing that it's giving you something or going to give you something in the future, if it's stealing your happiness now, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I have resisted bringing through this very unpopular opinion. I have literally lost friends over this knowing that I have that any suffering that we have, we're choosing and we don't have to. I have always been the happiest person that I personally know, even in the most pain. The most pain. Like the most pain, emotional, physical, all the things. I've still been the happiest person I know because I can find the positive. It doesn't mean that I'm bypassing. I'm in the pain. I'm feeling it, but I'm happy because I'm experiencing it. I'm alive. I'm there. But I stopped for a long time even talking about it or saying these things because they seem to be so triggering to people. And I get it. I get it. Because for so many people, we're so out of alignment and out of connection with our truth that it feels overwhelming. Because the more that we see ourselves and the more honest and intimate we are with ourselves, and the more that we do the things that we love doing, and that we can't not raise our frequency. And when our frequency and our energy rises, nothing that isn't a match for that frequency anymore is aligned. So if that then means that there's opportunities, circumstances, relationships that aren't in alignment with that frequency that you're now at, it feels like loss. And loss is painful because that's how we enter into this world. We enter into this world like we're this divine spirit, and then we come to the womb and we're still getting everything we need without doing anything, and then we're born. And the wound of individuation is a real thing. And we are then these tiny little human beings that now have to navigate this whole new world. And we don't just get what we want. We have to do things to receive them. And then we're this baby that can't communicate because we don't know how to yet, other than through energy and frequency, because that's what we just knew was how we were getting what we wanted. And now we have to figure out like being taken care of. And that starts to shape and form our beliefs and our ways of being and our behaviors. And I've talked about this in previous videos. We'll talk about it more. But like to stay on track with this video and this message, everything is exactly as it's meant to be. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Everything before this is how it is. But right now, how much happiness can you feel? And I get it. You may have bills piling up, relationships that aren't working out, challenges at work. But there's still a lot of good. There's a lot of divine. There's a lot of magic. There's a lot of miracles. And all of those things are just in the timeline that you are currently choosing where you're learning these lessons. And as soon as you choose to perceive and shift your paradigm to one where you get to receive abundance with ease, where you get to live easily and effortlessly as you and be divinely compensated and have whatever you need whenever you need it. Because I love this definition. I think it comes from Bashar of that abundance is just having what you need when you need it. And like that to me there isn't a better definition of abundance. Having what you need when you need it, which we always do. It's just, do you see that? Do you allow that? So to go back to my point of fun is that when you allow yourself to start to have fun and play with reality and enjoy it, you get on a whole new frequency. And then when you're on that new frequency, what you need to be in that frequency, you will start to receive. And as long as you stay in that frequency, it expands and it gets better and better. Or you can be in the frequency of fear, of lack, of worry, or you can be in the fear of like you get to check. You get to choose your frequency. Reality is a mirror. Reality is a mirror of your inner world and what you're choosing. So whatever you are receiving and seeing is based in what you're being and believing on the inside. So even though you could listen to videos like this and it can resonate and you can know it's true and you can feel like you're doing everything you need to do, you're doing your meditations, your mantras, your affirmations, you're doing the work. But how are you in the moment? Are you showing up in any and every moment, enjoying your life, having fun? And like I had this reminder hit me right before I came on this video because I was like putting pressure on myself of coming up with the perfect topic, which is just my promise to myself was not to do that, but I'm human. And again, I'm healing my coping mechanism of perfectionism and just trying to accept the fact that like once I hit record, I don't I don't need to control what comes through. That's not my gift here. That's other people's gift. They can have scripts and plans and things and they thrive in that. I thrive in hitting record and talking and trusting now that whoever needs to hear this message will. Whoever is here to fully embrace living messy and magical, divine and human, perfectly perfect. I don't like saying imperfect because it's just not true. There's only one you, and you are perfect in any and every way. The only thing not perfect about you at any time is your perception of you. And the more that you allow yourself to see that, the more you will become your ideal perfect person. It's wild. Like your face can change, your hair can change, your body can change, everything changes. Everything changes that you want to change when you just allow yourself to love yourself as you are. Because the only reason that you aren't in any way the way you want to be is because you feel like you need to be something that you're not. So, all the ways that you want to be, the ways you want to look, the ways you want to feel, the ways you want to act, the ways you want to live, like you want to live, are all meant to be. It's just that we get conditioned that we only know those ways through other people, through other people's ways of being or doing it right. And there's laws of this universe that work. They all work. The law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of frequency. Like, I'm not going to go into all those laws. Again, we'll do them later. The mirror, the law of the mirror, I don't know what that law is called, but whatever. Anyways, it's all real, but it's you have to show up and live it. You have to be the law of attraction. You don't have to figure out the, oh, this is good. You don't have to figure out the law of attraction. You have to be it. You have to be it. You have to be. And you want to know something really fun? A really fun life hack? I know I said I was giving you guys life hack. I mean, my life hack is just have fun. But in you're coded. I can unlock for you through telling you. You have a key, a gene key, a gift, a human design gate, however you want to word it. You have it's whatever. You have a key within you that literally unlocks your attraction, which then makes you completely magnetic to whatever you want. It is literally, in my way I see it, it's like this key to unlocking the law of attraction, and then you can just be it instead of trying to figure it out. Because figuring out how to attract what you want isn't going to work. Like there's listening to law of attraction videos or law of assumption or any of the other things that you feel called to that will help you, but it's nothing's really going to work until you do it. You can listen to all the YouTube videos, you can do all the courses, you can sign up for certifications in any of it, but it's not until you're being it that you're going to receive what you want. Speaking from example, I've spent the last 2 decades, but like really the last 4 years taking, and I in the past took certifications because I was looking for some like purpose. And then in the last, especially couple years, I've done a lot of things. I've hired a lot of mentors. I have worked with a lot of brilliant people in all different ways because I just wanted to know myself better. I wasn't then doing them then for like some desired outcome of how I was going to make money or what I was going to do for other people. I just knew that me being me was going to be the best thing I could do for anyone. And I just needed to find myself after spending like so much time seeing everyone else. So I just did anything that called to me. And I encourage you to do that too. Like there's nothing that you need to do or know or be certified in other than what excites you. And what excites you, you may sign up for a course and nothing about that course does anything for you, but the connections you make through it do. Or you may sign up for a course and you really don't like the way that it's run and that teaches you something. Like anything that excites you and you're feeling called to do it. It's going to show you something, but don't do it because you're trying to get validation or certification that you're a good enough person to do what you want to do. I hope this is making sense because that's not fun. Because then you go into these things feeling inadequate, feeling like you're not worthy, looking for someone, the teacher, the guru, the whoever it is, to certify you and tell you you're good enough to do this thing. And then you go out into the world and no one signs up and your ego tells you you're not good enough. But when you go into things under the excitement of it's something new to learn, it's a new way to know yourself, and it excites and ignites and expands you, and it brings new awakenings and new ahas, and you see the world through a new lens and a new perspective and a new paradigm, and then things start to shift, and then you start to see reality in a new way, and then you get new connections and new manifestations, and life just snowballs into a life beyond your wildest dreams. You can stop yourself multiple times along the way, but eventually you get to a point where you just fucking let go and you have fun and you have fun. So maybe right now it feels challenging to just have fun and be free. But if you're still listening to me and you press play on this, then your higher self is giving you permission. This right now, this video is a permission slip to just have some fun, to do something that you enjoy. And whenever you can catch yourself doing anything from the mundane things in life to the most stressful or exciting things. Just see how much fun you can have in it. And because when you allow yourself to have fun, when you allow yourself to play with reality, you can't not be present. And also, if you allow yourself to be present and play, oh man. So, this was homework I gave one of my clients recently, is to set alarms in her phone. I suggested 3 phones at times when she felt called to. I encouraged portal times, which to me are like multiple of the same number. So like 222, 1111, 111, whatever. But you do you, whatever times you want. But pick 3 times in the day if you want to do this, if you want to try this, and set an alarm. And if in your phone, you can label it and just label pause. And then just pause. Like pause in whatever you're doing. Breathe. And just be where you are. Be present with where you are, with what is happening. And then allow yourself to, in that presence, play with reality. How can you shift your paradigm or your perspective to having even more fun? Maybe it happens that happens when you are already having fun. Have even more fun. Or maybe you're like stuck in frustration of trying to force some creation. Well, it's never going to come through in force. You need to have fun. So like maybe you need to just shift what you're doing. Maybe you need to go for a run. Maybe you need to bake. Maybe you need to call your best friend. You'll know. And the more that you do this, I'm telling you, this is like the ultimate life hack if you're really willing to do it. And I'm not going to give you some specific thing. You will have your own practices. Maybe you pause and you listen to yourself in that moment and you're like, I really need to meditate right now. I really need to take a nap. You will know. And the more you give yourself permission when you pause to do what you want to do and follow through on it, holy fuck. It's life-changing because you're taking your power back. There's a lot of P's in this permission slip that I'm giving you. But truly, it is game-changing. And the reason is because you can know all the things about yourself. You can read all the books, do all the courses, do all the things. But if you aren't living it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, it'll matter however you want it to matter, but you get it. You have to live it. You have to be as you want to be. So what these pauses do is it pauses your programming, right? We're constantly living in oh my goodness. I want to say overdrive, but it is that. But we're just like autopilot, right? And our unconscious 95% of the time is just running the show based in our own programming. And we keep playing and creating the same stories, the same timeline, the same relationships. We're addicted to these same emotional addiction patterns. And a lot of us are doing the work to break these. But when you're doing the work and you're stuck in the problem solving and the figuring it out, it's just exhausting. So now it's time, if you're hearing this, to know that you've done enough. And now you get to live it. So when that pause, like, set the times to what you feel good about, and then just let it be. Maybe that pause alarm will come off when you're like in a conflict or a tense situation with someone. And that pause will just be breathe, right? And you just breathe and you see what's going on, and you see how from your consciousness in that moment, you can respond instead of react. Or maybe the pause will happen right after a conflict with someone. And then that pause, you may see, I really was me. I was there. I responded. I breathed. I was there. Or you may see, I was in my humanness. I totally reacted. I said things out of triggers and activations. Breathe and be and know it's past. And all you have to do is own whatever it was, allow it to be, and turn it into power. It's so fun. It's so fun. And it's really fun when you do this and like you do it for a while. I am going to encourage you, if you want to do this and like really see this life hack work for you, is to set these pause buttons 3 times through your day for the next 3 days. Just that. Just 3 alarms per day for the next 3 days, and see what happens. Just see when they come up. The universe works in mysterious ways, and it will all be divinely aligned, and most of the times might be really inconvenient. But also that may show you places in your life where you don't have space. You don't have space for the divine, because that's what this is. When you pause and you're present and you breathe and you feel, you are in divine alignment. And when you're in divine alignment and you're alive, you're living, you're doing it. And then just notice how much fun you're having. And if you see over these next 3 days that when these pauses happen, there wasn't a lot of fun happening, maybe then it's time to start to assess some of the choices and decisions you're making in your life and how aligned they are with the life you want to live. And I get it. Consciousness is challenging in the beginning when we're still in a lot of our patterns and our beliefs. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming when our frequency starts to change, when our paradigm and our perspective starts to, when we start to awaken more and more. Maybe you've awakened a lot, but again, there's always more. And you start to awaken more and more to where you aren't in alignment anymore. And what is most likely going to start to wake up is that there are things that are just like really tied to emotional addiction patterns and people and things in your life. And it may be time to let some of that go. But if you're seeing it, then it's time. It's time. And you are always divinely guided. And anything that's not working out for you isn't working out for the other people involved either. They just may not have the consciousness to know it. And so you get to be the one that brings through the healing, the space, and maybe the change of the situation, the relationship, the job, whatever it is, will create, not maybe, it will create space for more abundance for everyone. So do this, do it for the 3 days, and then I encourage you if to go longer. I originally was going to encourage a week, but just really do it for 3 days so that it doesn't feel overwhelming, and then see what happens. And please let me know below. Come back to the comments and let me know how this goes for you. Let me know if you do it. I've given so many modalities to people, and this is one of the most pivotal, because it's just, if we aren't checking in with ourselves in real life and we're just doing it when we're like choosing to be divine, when we're choosing to meditate, when we're choosing to be conscious, when we're in the yoga class, we don't truly quantumly transform and ascend. And it's fine if you don't want to do that. If you just want to keep living your mundane life, that's perfectly fine. I'm no judgment. It's just, if you want to live more divinely aligned, if you want to live super consciously, if you want to be the conscious creator of your reality and live a life that you love truly, then you have to be aware. You have to be conscious in living it. You can't live a life you love being numb. You can't live a life you love just avoiding your life and using all of your coping mechanisms to ignore the day to day, hoping that one day something will click and then you'll be living the life you love. You got to start now. You got to start now. And then again now, and then again now, and then again now. And then maybe you forget for a bunch of nows and then you begin again now. It's really fun once you make it fun, but you'll know when that time is. I'm hoping it's now. Okay. I hope that I know this gave you what you needed, and now it's up to you to receive it and have some fun. No matter what you do from this, just like end this video and do something fun for you. For you. Anything you'd love to do. Okay. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm currently on a journey of doing 111 videos, imperfectly perfect, for 111 days and just seeing what comes through. And I just already like it's life changing. And I think I'm on day 4. So I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for where this is gonna go. So if you feel called to follow along, please do. If this video gave you anything, please like it, share it, comment below. All that I want to do, like my purpose here is to hold space for community. So let me know you're here, and I'm building things to go beyond this podcast and this YouTube channel or wherever you're hearing me, so we can really truly all connect. It's just that I want to do it how feels so right, so nourishing, so exciting for me, because then I know that's how it's going to be best for you. So one-on-one coaching and group coaching and masterminds and classes and all the things are just like coming, but I'm doing it how is divinely aligned for me, and I can't wait to share it with you. And maybe if you're playing this later in the timeline, then there may be links below to sign up for things. So do that too. Okay. I love you. Thank you for being here. Have fun.